Here's Avdut Tisgaonkar. I hope I got that pronunciation right. So Avdut, here's your question. Only 6 out of 34 test matches ended in a draw in 2023. In an era of result-oriented test matches, what's the point of these 2 test match series? Yes, it adds to the WTC, understandable, but takes a bit away from the bilaterals. This one he sent in with hashtag Cricbuzz Chatter, DK.
This is a question that's been asked for some time. Just a 2 test match series. Imagine this test series having a third one. Would have been a really mouth-watering contest. Wherever it could have been, Durban, Johannesburg, wherever, you could have put it anywhere and it would have been a very interesting game. Yes, I do agree that this 2 test match series helps the World Test Championship table a little bit in terms of giving them points. But overall, if you do look at where test cricket is, I think they should try and make it a 3 test match series, especially when the top teams do play. I think it makes a lot more sense. There's a lot of competition there. The players do want to put in a good performance. See the likes of Virat Kohli putting his body on the line. One of the few batters who out of the 4 innings have scored in 3 innings in real tough conditions. So there are players out there who are willing to do anything to do well in test cricket. And I think, a 3-match test series should be a bare minimum. As soon as this test match finishes in a couple of weeks' time, we have England coming in, and it's a 5 test match series. And that is going to be a real good one also. It's not being spoken about yet, but I can tell you it is going to be a terrific test series. Baseball versus, India, backing their spin and their deep batting. So it's going to be a very, very well-fought test series. 2 teams having different approaches, but very skilled. So I would love for a lot of these associations across the world, when they do have test series, to do look at a 3 test match series, because there is interest for it. There are takers for it. I know financially it's probably not the most lucrative for the boards, but at some point of time, the health of test cricket pretty much determines how good your domestic cricket is. And when the domestic cricket is good, then you can see the quality of the leagues being good as well, because at the end of the day, for franchisee T20 leagues to do well over a period of time, they need domestic cricketers. That is what will garner the interest within that country. So I hope they're able to look at that bigger picture and realize how important test cricket could be for the health of domestic cricket in any country. And if that is looked at, and hopefully all the boards have enough in their coffers to to put in for test matches, to have enough tests being played by each country, so that over a period of time they will have a good influx of cricketers which will come in and not only play the test format, but also be good enough cricketers in the shorter formats as well.
Important that we judge different boards differently, because of course the big 3 are financially much stronger than the others. So I mean, Cricket South Africa, while in their own heart someone like a Graham Smith will want their country to play more test matches, their issue is more out of a financial compulsion. I mean, they're saying they're sending an absolute second, third string test side to New Zealand because their first choice test players are going to be busy at the SA20, which is so important for the overall cricket health in their country. So I suppose it will be unfair to judge Cricket South Africa by the yardsticks that we would perhaps judge a BCCI or a Cricket Australia or ECB.
It's very obvious at this point of time, hosting test matches can be really expensive. Yeah. And that's the truth of it. So if some of the smaller boards or boards that are in financial distress take the option of having more white ball games, it is because that is far more lucrative. That is the absolute truth in it. There are a lot of fans, true test fans, who enjoy test cricket. But the fact is that you can go and speak to any broadcaster and they'll tell you white ball cricket is far more easier to host for any nation than the red ball format. And that's where these issues come up. South African board has been in trouble because of mismanagement from before, and they're trying to make amends. And the SA20 and the SA20 competition really helped them last year. One that really captured the imagination of the country. There were full houses almost every time they played. So for them to focus on that is very understandable. Whether because they've sent a much inferior team to New Zealand, is that the right way to do it? I guess they're pushed to a corner and they don't have an option right now. So you can understand when push comes to shove where the priority is. Well, that is a very that is written in big bold letters when it comes to any association as to what they feel they should be doing to make sure that the financial state of cricket is in better hands, and that is understandable.